thought that today I would share with you some of the things that I'm going through right now and tell you how what my strategies are that help me actually sleep better at night. Because if we're not getting a great night's sleep because we're thinking about the 1,000 things that we have to do and then the new events or whatever that get piled on over the few days, and then you go, oh, I can't sleep at all. All I can do is think about what I've got to do, and then you aren't at your best to do the things that you have to get done, and it just it snowballs into something that becomes very difficult to manage in your business. So we're going to be talking about breaking down your steps so that you can get everything done. And I'm going to use the example of something that I'm going through right now, which hopefully will help you understand what or see for yourself some of the things that you might be able to change in the way that you manage the things that you have to do inside your business, because we have a lot of things to do, even when we just look at what has to get done on a regular basis. But as soon as someone adds something additional, or as soon as we think about doing something additional in our business, because we're people that love to make change happen for other people. We love to serve in a bigger way. So we want to be doing new things, and we're always reaching out for something that's a little bit different. And if we're doing that, we're adding to the fire of all the things that are going on in our business, and it can be very, very overwhelming. So I want to share with you, last Thursday or Friday, I guess it was Friday, I heard that my book is going to be launching on November the 11th, that we have a book signing happening down in Toronto, and I knew it was coming, so I already had prepared some ideas of what it was that I was going to do. And thankfully, I am in a mastermind group for authors, which helped me create a list of about 25 things that I knew that I wanted to focus on over the next few weeks. And I had created this list knowing that I had about 4 weeks to roll it out, or figuring that there would be about 4 weeks. Of course, when I heard about it on Friday, that gave me 2.5 weeks to do the work of what I was expecting to be 4.5 weeks. So as you can imagine, I had a lot of additional things going on in my mind, and the swirling started happening. If I haven't started this, how am I going to make sure that everything gets done in time? And I still have clients that I'm looking after, and I still have things that I have to do on a regular basis, like these Facebook Lives that I love to have on Monday mornings at 11 o'clock. So I want to stay in the consistency of the things that I have already going on in my business, not out of routine, but out of consistency for you as my clients and for me and how my business works. And this is important for you as well. So how did I handle this additional work that came to me, this additional shortened deadline, and what was it that I wanted to do to be able to ensure that not only do I get to that signing date, which I could just show up and sign. I mean, honestly, there really isn't that much that I have to do. But if I really want my book to be successful, if you want your service to be successful, you want your event to be successful, if you're going out networking and you want your networking evening to be successful, then you need to know these 3 steps, and let me help them with you. Help you through them. That's a better way of putting it. Okay, so the first step on this was to know the goal. So if you know what your goal is, then you can start from the back and work forward. And people often say, well, this is, pretty obvious. This is something that we should know. And for me, the goal is November. It's a hard goal. November the 11th, between 1 and 4 o'clock, I'm going to be in Toronto signing books. And that means that everything that I want to have done has to be done by that time. My goal for that signing is to get my book to #1 bestseller on that day. So that means there's a bunch of stuff that I have to have in place to be able to ensure that that happens. And so the second step was to know what you need to happen. So if I know that I want #1 bestseller, I know that I have to have a lot of people engaged in purchasing the book on that one day. And that is not something that I can do on my own. So one of the first things that I started some time ago, and many of you who've been following me for a while may have seen it or already said yes and put your hand up and said, I'd be happy to share that, is how can you help me share my book when it comes out? And so knowing that I have a list of people, about 30 people that have said, yes, I'm really interested in helping you, which is fantastic. So you need to reach out. So that was one of the things I had to have in place. So let me just read you a few of the things that I had to have in place and that I had identified for my mastermind group so that I could take it to them and say, this is what I'm working on, help me with some additional information or maybe some changes. So I needed to have that list of people that I was going to share information with so that they could share it to their people as well and get it out to a larger audience. I needed to create copy for them, meaning that I had to write the information that they would share to Facebook or Instagram and have pictures ready for that as well, and share it on mine, and they could have links or just give them the copy so that they could put it on their own website or wherever it is that they want to do it, in an email. But if you want people to help you, you have to give them information that makes it as easy as possible for them. It's not their job to go to your website and write their own copy and try to figure out, I mean, they're welcome to do that, and some people will, but someone who has a lot of influence does not have that kind of time. And they would have to get their assistants to do that. It means that they're paying someone to market your book or service. So if you are asking someone else to help you, give them the information so that they don't have to do the work. It's as easy as possible for them. So that's what I've got, a whole bunch of stuff that I have to write and create for that. I have to create the images for that. I also had to create a 3D book image. So I have the book title and the book cover, which was created by my graphic designer, and then creating a 3D book image that creates more of an interest when you look at it, and it looks more real and functional and something that someone can hold. It was one of the things that I had to have done before I could send that out. I had to create a video intro to this, which I haven't done yet. I have to get it on Amazon.ca and Amazon.com, which my publisher is doing. And but I'm still waiting to get links for that. I have to check to make sure that the information that goes up is correct. I have to have an author bio that goes on Amazon.com and Goodreads. And in those places, that helps with people connecting to who I am and this book, and hopefully future books as well. I have to put out a Facebook, or I had to create a Facebook Live page that's just for this book. So every time I write a new book, I'm going to put out a Facebook Live page. So you can see my list is pretty long. This is just for this book. I still have client work to do. I still have things that I'm rolling out. I'm a director for Speaker Stardom, so I had some 4 videos that I had to create for their training. So things that I'm doing for other connections in my business. Things I'm a speaker, so I'm looking for places to speak. So I'm online and e-speakers, and I'm evaluating different conferences that are coming up in the spring. So there's things that have to get done that I can either offload to an assistant, or but I still have to know what it is and have it offloaded. I have to download the classes for my book. The book itself has some resources inside of it, and I'm always doing this kind of thing where I like to give people really concrete examples and tools to work through. And instead of just giving it to them in the book, I decided that I would write like a mini school on the outside. So I had the mini school finished before the book could go out, before the book launch. So huge list of things that I wanted to have done to add value to the book, to create more interest in the book so that I could market the book better and hopefully sell the book better. Same as your business. What are you doing to create interest? What are you doing to market it? What are you doing inside your business for your clients? What you have to do all the time. So I have this huge list of things that have to get done. So as you can imagine, last night when I was going to bed, I was thinking, I can't sleep. I've got so much to do, and I've got all these things to do, and I've got to contact this person. I've got to get this in place, and I got to offload this. And honestly, it was going and going, going. And I finally thought, you know what? Why don't I just go and grab my to-do list and make a list of things that I'm going to do tomorrow. And so you need to write down what it is that you're going to do every day, the day before, because this is how it helps you sleep. The night before, I wrote down 6 things that I wanted to focus on today, and the rest of it could wait. I took the priorities, the 6 things that had to get done. One of them was preparing for the Facebook Live for this morning, because it happens this morning, so it's not something I could put off on my list. And then I could go to sleep. And I slept like a baby last night. I tell you, I could hardly think before I wrote the list, but I wrote a list of 6 things out of all of the list of things that I have to do. And of those 6 things, those are the things that I'm working on today. And then at the end of the day, I will put 6 things for tomorrow so that I can sleep tonight. So I just want to look here what I was thinking. Until I said, what am I doing tomorrow? I could not actually think about what I was going to do tomorrow. So you need to say, what am I doing tomorrow? And make that list of 6 things that you're going to focus on so that you can clear your mind and focus on the priorities that will get you to your goals faster. And my goal, like I said, is unchangeable. So I don't have choice. I have to get this stuff done. And if I don't, then I won't see the success that I want to see. So thank you for joining me this month or this week. I will not be having a breakfast this month, but I will be having an open work on your business day. And that is a day that is specifically for you to do this kind of work. It's not facilitated. There is no agenda. It's just, if you've ever sat in your office going, I wish I could just go someplace and just focus on my business for a day. I bet you I could get so much done moving forward if I had the foundations of what it is that I want to do in place. And that's what this is. So I'm offering a place for 8 people, if you're interested, to join me on November the 20th for the day. It's $75. You get a copy of my book. And it's just out and away from your office. And this will give you the space to focus on your business. And if you want to connect with other people there, if you want to, I might open it up for people to share what it is that they worked on during the day so that they have a little bit of accountability over it. But this is really just an open space for you to get away, focus on your business, and not worry about what else has to happen. That this will be your only point on your list for that day. You'll have one thing on your list, and that'll be focus on my business for one day. All right, if you're interested in that, let me know. And again, it's only for 8 people. If I get a lot of interest, I may open a second day with this, but for now, it's just for 8 people, and I hope you'll join us. All right, have a fantastic week. We'll see you next Monday.